What's up, YouTube? Gail, check this gadget, and today I'm going to talk about the iPhone upgrade program. So, I'm talking about this pretty much like an hour or so before pre-orders are available. So, let's get right into it. Apple introduced the iPhone upgrade program. Basically, they're now doing installments, kind of like all the other carriers. And so, should you do iPhone's upgrade program versus the carriers and whatnot? My quick answer to that is it depends on if you are a prepaid customer. For prepaid people, I think it's going to be fantastic. Personally, for me, I'm on a prepaid plan. So I'm on T-Mobile's $30 plan, right? In which I get 100 minutes, unlimited text, 5 gigabytes of LTE data. Only paid $30 for that. So if you've been keeping up, T-Mobile has actually introduced a limited plan promo they got that's going to be a cheaper installment price than what Apple's offering currently. However, I went to the T-Mobile store to see if I'd be eligible to do that, and I'm not eligible because I'm not on their postpaid plan to do the jump. So I said, okay, that's fine. Can I still just buy a phone and finance a phone through you guys without, without the jump features, just strictly buying a phone and finance through you guys? They're like, yeah, but you still got to move over to post. And that's my problem. That's the problem I've always had with installment plans from the carriers, is because you always had to move to this certain type of plan in order to get the installments. It's always been something like that. And then, Verizon used to have it where you can upgrade after you pay 50%. I think it was like 50% of your bill or something like that. Now it's like up to 75%. At least for Verizon, I remember up to 75%. And it's just all these different little stipulations when it comes to being able to do the installment financing of the device through the carrier. It was always something. So, I always just stayed away from it and just would buy my phones off Craigslist around on a 2-year or something like that. But now that I'm back to prepaid and I don't want to get rid of this plan because I think it's a great plan, except for the fact I don't only get 100 minutes. But for me, it works because I just use my house phone when I'm in the house to make my own customer service calls and things like that. And when I'm out, I'm really not talking on the phone because I'm out busy doing stuff. When I'm out, that's when I need data from my phone to power my GPS so I can know how to get somewhere and to look up things such as restaurants, things like that, or places I need to call. I'm using my data while I'm out. So that's why it was more important for me to have a data heavy plan than a minute heavy plan. As long as I have unlimited text, so I can continue to get contacts through Craigslist and whatnot. That's why it was important for me to keep this plan, because this is a perfect plan for what I need while I'm out and on the go. So I definitely, under no circumstances, want to get rid of my plan. For people that are in the same situation as me, you pretty much only had one option before Apple introduced the upgrade program, and that was buying the phone outright or buying the phone used off of Craigslist. Those were your two options that you have, because none of the other carriers will let you finance a device because you're on a prepaid plan and not the postpaid plan. So the Apple upgrade plan is a great plan for people that are in situations like me that have a great prepaid plan or something like that, and they don't want to give up that plan or switch over to postpaid, because T-Mobile said their cheapest postpaid plan was $50. Why in the world would I go from paying $30 to $50 just so I can be on their jump financing plan? It just doesn't make any sense. I didn't even do the calculations, but I'm assuming it equal out to the same amount as me just doing the program through Apple, or it might be more. I'm not sure. I didn't do the calculations, but even still, I would have lost my 5 gigabytes of data, because I know that cheap $50 plan doesn't come with 5 gigabytes of data. The one that probably comes with 5 gigabytes of data, I'm probably more close to 100 than not. So that is why I did not want to deal with carriers and their installment plans. So 9to5mac.com, they did a comparison chart, as you can see here, of comparing Apple's upgrade program to the others. Now, I will say this. it was an article about their incentives. This is Apple giving the same incentive. The major incentive to going with the Apple upgrade program is you get an Apple Care. For one, you get hassle free. For two, you get the chance to upgrade every year, provided you pay 12 installments. That shouldn't be a problem. And then you get an Apple Care. So those are the big perks, especially for Apple Care, especially for people that need Apple Care. Now, for me personally, I've never had to use Apple Care. So if it was a situation where which is cheaper, of course buying outright is cheaper because you're not factoring in the cost of Apple Care. That's basically the difference between the two, is the cost of Apple Care, basically. So, when you factor that in, buying outright is cheaper, but let me break it down so you can see that it's cheaper, but really just by a little bit when I break it down. Before I break that down, on this chart, you will see that T-Mobile has it for $20. They're offering the cheapest, but remember that is a limited time promo that they're doing, so that can change. Sprint's iPhone Forever program, I think that is the cost of that one, and these are for the iPhone 6s. It's not even prices for the Plus, so these are just for the 6s. So, and it gives you all the upgrade eligibility and all that good things like that, and what to break down the yearly cost. So it looks like, of course, the T-Mobile Prepaid, not T-Mobile Prepaid, their T-Mobile, the promo one, is going to come out the cheapest, then Sprint, and then T-Mobile's On Jump Demand once the promo is over. Then AT&T's next, Verizon, and then Apple. So, it looks like Apple is the most expensive out of all the charts. But, in my opinion, Apple is the most convenient. So, let's do I want to go through an example of if I was to buy my phone outright and then sell my previous phone to recoup some of the costs versus the upgrade program. For my example, I'm going to use the iPhone 6s plus 64 gig because that's the one I'm thinking about getting. 16 gigabyte price is better looking, but there's nothing like taking pictures when you're trying to take pictures and your phone maxes out on memory, and you get that freaking message that says, "Oh, you can't take pictures because you don't have enough storage." It's very, very annoying. And even though I haven't currently ran into that problem on my new iPhone, that's probably only because it's not new. I did a trade for it, but I only had it for like a month since I switched from my Note 4 back to the iPhone as my primary phone. And I haven't ran into that issue yet. I still got 3 gigs on my 16 gig model, but that's probably because I've only had it for roughly a little over a month. So if I keep it over a year, I will go back to having that message because it happened to me before, back when I used to have my old iPhone. That's why when I got the iPhone 6 originally, I had the 64 gig. So it just saves the hassle. So these days, I couldn't see a person even wasting time with the 16 gig device anymore, especially if you take a lot of pictures. You're going to be doing this 4K video. You're going to be doing this live photo. These apps just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're just going to use the 64 gig model for the example. Okay? So buying outright, 64 gig iPhone 6 Plus. We're using iPhone 6 plus 64 gig model. Okay? That's $849. Plus tax is $919. My tax is 8.25%. So $919. After, if I apply selling my iPhone 6 Plus. So let's just say I get $450 for my iPhone 6 Plus. Right now, I know T-Mobile's giving $398, Gazelle's giving $398, or $403 if it's flawless. So you always usually get more on Craigslist than what they're offering. So I'm gonna just keep it modest and just say $450, right? $919, which is a hell of a lot for a damn phone, That's a lot. That's a lot to pay outright. But $919 minus $450 for selling my phone, I will still have to come up out of pocket with $469. That's a lot. That is a lot. Now, let's compare that to the iPhone upgrade program. So for the iPhone 6S Plus 64 gig, now I know on the chart it says like $40 and some change, but I don't know. That's not correct because when you actually go on Apple's website and click to buy the phone, it changes the price and it has 42.45. So all the prices that's on the little chart they have there, when you actually go on the website and do it, it's like $2 more. So I don't know if that was a glitch, if Apple just got their chart wrong. So we're gonna go with the price that actually is on the website. So for the 64 gig 6S Plus model, 42.45 times 12 installments would come to $509.40 before tax. After you apply tax, $551.43. That is the cost to upgrade, to borrow a phone for a year. And I use the term borrow a phone for a year because that's exactly what you're going to be doing. For most people that want to do the Apple upgrade program, they are doing it because they want to upgrade every year. I don't see too many people doing this program that actually intends to keep their iPhone for the whole 2 years. If you do, of course, you own it, you paid it off. But I don't see anybody that's doing the Apple upgrade program to keep their phone for 2 years. Everybody that's pretty much going to do the Apple upgrade program intends to upgrade every year. So that's why I'm using the term for the 64 gigabyte S Plus model. You're going to be paying $551.43 to borrow the phone. And then you can trade in your phone, get the new one, and then the plan starts over. So when I factor in the difference of me having to come out of $469 out of pocket if I went that buying outright way and factoring selling my phone, I would still have to come out $569 versus the Apple upgrade program where I would basically be paying $551 to borrow the phone. It's a difference of $82.43. What do I get for that difference of $82? Well, for one, I get the no hassle. For two, I don't have to deal with people from Craigslist texting me, calling, spam text. I just don't have to deal with selling my phone on Craigslist, which is a relief in itself. And trust me when I say this, I deal with Craigslist for years. It can be that's a big plus in itself. 3, I get Apple Care. And for me, like I said, I don't use Apple Care, but for people that really need Apple Care, that, are clumsy or might drop their phone and things like that, this is a very big plus for them. I usually never need Apple Care because the phone already comes with a year warranty to cover the software, and then I just don't injure my phone. But it's always better to be safe than sorry. Even if you do injure your phone, you only get 2 accidentals, and then you still have to pay $99. I think it used to be $79, but now it's $99 because the price went up on Apple Care. Guess why they have the Apple Care Plus now. So that's that. So it's a difference of $82.43. And yeah, you get those 3 things. Oh, you also get an unlocked phone, and you can upgrade every year. So that's the difference. That's the difference of just being on an upgrade program versus buying outright. Because think about it, when you buy outright, you usually sell your old phone to compensate the difference. It's the same thing. You're just using. The only difference is, you own your phone. If that makes you feel better, tell whatever you want to use just to make you feel better. But it's the same thing because every year, if you buy the phone outright, you're going to sell your old phone to recoup the cost and continue to do the same cycle over and over. So it's the same cycle. It's just like the upgrade program itself. Now you're getting the benefit of having the protection of Apple Care, getting the ease of not having to deal with Craigslist people, and you have your unlocked phone. You can choose whatever carrier you want to, and you can just easy. When it's your upgrade time, you can walk in the store and upgrade. So to me, the Apple upgrade program is a good thing, especially for people on prepaid plans like me. For postpaid plan people, you might get a little better deal through your carrier since they give money off on the bills. So that might be a better situation for you, except depending if you want Apple Care, which is $129 value. So that is that. That's my take on the Apple upgrade program. I 100% will be utilizing it. Now that I've went over this chart again as I looked in this video, because at first I was going back and forth, but after realizing that it's just an $82 difference, and that's for the 64 gig model. Just in case you're wondering, for the 16 gig model, the difference is a little bigger. Those prices came down if I still get the $450 for my phone. Buying outright, I would still have to end up coming out of pocket $350. But if I did it on the installment programs, it would be a total of $486. So on a 16 gig model, the difference is a little greater. It's $125 difference. Why is the difference so different? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I did all my calculations correctly though. I'm pretty sure. So that has been my video on Apple upgrade. I'm going to hopefully try to get an upgrade or get the reservation for the program tonight. Wish me luck. Let me know if you were able to get through with the upgrade program, what you plan to do. Till next time, guys. Later.